Here at Kempton Park, it's the first of two 1 mile, 4 furlong handicaps. This first one is for fillies only. And we're looking at number one, that is Miss Dolly Rocker in the red hood. Sent off favourites on return at Ascot last month and ran well enough for third. She does run this track particularly well though, and Jack Dace has a handy £7 removed from her burden. Back up to 1.5 miles is no bother, and a lower wide draw isn't ideal. She clearly has a chance. Next in is number 12, that's Lesson of Life. 3 reasonable efforts in novice company and a mark of 70 probably doesn't overburden her here. She certainly hasn't shown too much speed, so starting out her handicap career over this kind of trip looks a good move. No doubt we are yet to see the best of this daughter of Study of Man. Chili Queen is next, number 11, got off the mark after a couple of near misses at Wolverhampton last time out in what wasn't the strongest of races, admittedly. The assessor hasn't raised her for that win accordingly, though, and starts off life and handicap. She does off 72 for a trainer who is 5 from 24 on the flats so far this season, so having a good run of things on the level is Emma Lavelle. Next in is number 7, that's More Than a Feelin'. 1-2 at the back end of last year, but has struggled of late and finished last here last time out. Steps up markedly in trip now, and that's going to have to cajole some kind of improvement from her. Next in is number 9, that's Personal Best. Won her debut in heavy ground in October and didn't run badly under a penalty when returning last month. A mark of 74 looks about right, and she's an interesting contender, stepped up in trip on handicap debut. Right, next in we have number 10, who is Villain Verlaine. And she's got a chance here. Best efforts of late have come at Chelmsford when winning a novice and a handicap, but she did run quite well at Goodwood last time out as well, finishing 4th at a big price. Tackles this trip for the first time, but if it does improve her, then she wouldn't be without a chance, this daughter of Ifrage. Right, those are the main players ahead of this 1 mile, 4 furlong, Class 4 fillies handicap. OK, so runners down at the start for this fillies handicap over 1 mile 4. Chili Queen 130, Miss Dolly Rocker is 5-1, Lesson of Life 13-2, Aiming High 15-2, Villain Verlaine is also that 15-2 price, Elter Water 17-2, 10-1, and bigger the rest. Elter Water is definitely worthy of a mention for sure. Didn't get to see her in the parade ring, but she is very classy in this kind of grade on her day. Won 3 on the bounce earlier this year. That sequence did come to an end here last time over 1.5 miles, when it seemed to me like she didn't quite stay the trip, but Connections are keen to chance their arm again, although the handicapper may just be in charge now. She doesn't scream to me, this daughter of Camelot, that she wants this 1.5 mile trip, but of course she is by Camelot, so definitely has a pedigree to suggest that it might not be the worst thing in the world. However, I don't think she did stay last time. Want to mention Kinetic as well, who's won her last 2, been in great form recently, and showed an excellent attitude at Windsor last month to come home in front, having got unbalanced late on. Mason Pytel on again today, and she must have a chance, up £4, despite climbing up a grade. So that would be the main drawback to her chance, I would say, that she is climbing up that grade. One horse who I think has got a really good each-way chance, if she comes back in decent form, is Silver Nightfall, who won 2 of her last 3, and it was a clear-cut success over a furlong shorter here last time out. Up £4 for that now, and in a higher grade, but she's going the right way. I think she's a big price if she's ready to go back from a break. It was 175 days since we last saw this daughter of Ade, and provided she's on the money tonight, I think she could easily progress again this term. So I wouldn't be discounting her at all. That is a Silver Nightfall. Nowhere has been some each-way money for that one. Yet to win, but often runs well, as when 4th last time out here, when sent off favourite behind Egoist. That was over this course and distance. Down another £1 now, and probably will be thereabouts, but does need to improve a little bit to get that victory. Right, most of the main ones are in now. I'm going to side, I think, with Silver Nightfall each way, just because I think if she does return in decent nick, then she might be the one to beat. Chili Queen, give that one a quick mention for Safi Osborne, Emma Lavelle. She won last time out, got off the mark. That was a weak race, but she did do it well in the end. The favourite was disappointing in that day. But this daughter of Anna Gold is bred to get this kind of trip, and obviously is very lightly raced. Got a mark of 72, which could be fair on what she's done so far. And I wouldn't be discounting her for a trainer who's enjoying a healthy strike rate so far this flat season. Last couple about to go forward. They're now going to stick with Silver Nightfall each way. Hopefully can provide a nice juicy place. Luke Morris, Jim and Susie Best teaming up with that one. Last couple about to go forward then with Chili Queen the favourites. Here's Alex with the call.
Miss Dolly Rocker up to 11. Thanks, Richard. Yeah, last one forwards will be Lesson of Life, going forwards to gate 4. Final one in. All aboard. They're off. Slightly awkward start for Personal Best as they race over a mile and a half in the Tri-Unibet's new Smart View race cards fillies handicap. Chili Queen, top end of the betting, one of the first to get going, right up there in company with Kinetic, the dark blue and red. Verlaine on their outside, the white cap slowly peeling backwards. On the outside of the whole front wave here, Personal Best is now rushing up after a tardy beginning to the race. Is going to press on as they come onwards to this first right-handed turn. So Personal Best joining issue with Chili Queen. Verlaine running third, upsides Kinetic in the hands of Mason Paytel, who searches the double. Miss Dolly Rocker is posted 3 or 4 wide as they go around the bend, racing upside stable companion Elter Water, and sandwiched between the Kubler pair is Lesson of Life. Another length away to Aiming High, dark green and white, who's down on the inner of Typical Woman. Further length and a half to Silver Nightfall, the greys running on the inside for Luke Morris, racing in company with Nowhere, and another length and a half to More Than a Feeling. Holly Doyle has that one settled at the back of the field and about 10 lengths off the leader. Chili Queen under Saffie Osborne in front here, setting quite an even tempo. Chili Queen, who was the Wolverhampton winner last time, being followed closely by both Personal Best and the hat-trick seeking Kinetic. Verlaine is right with them as well, as this one has been from the get-go. Elter Water covered up on the inside. Still posted quite wide, Miss Dolly Rocker remains 4 deep on the outer of Lesson of Life in the white and green hoops, one of the handicap newcomers here. On those, that one's inside, we've got the dark green of Aiming High being followed by Typical Woman. Silver Nightfall still down the order, Nowhere and More Than a Feeling continue to watch on. 3.5 furlongs to go now, pace will start to uplift. It's Chili Queen who's out in front of the field by 3 parts of a length. In second spot is Personal Best. Kinetic is still close up in third. Verlaine is now being pushed along. Elter Water is going quite well but needs a gap. Then Miss Dolly Rocker, Lesson of Life, Aiming High is another one who will look for racing room, as will Silver Nightfall as they head to the final 2 furlongs. They again are bunching here. Could be another busy finish in the offing. Chili Queen, Kinetic, Personal Best still there. Verlaine up the inside rail is Aiming High, Lesson of Life and Elter Water trying to bustle on through. Chili Queen though is still in front inside the final half. Chili Queen now scampering away. Dictated, dominated, Chili Queen wins. Verlaine in second, Elter Water third, and fourth to Personal Best.
Chili Queen too strong and wins for the second time on the bounce. Last time out it was a maiden, this time it's a handicap. And off a mark of 72, she returns 72 favourite in the end for Saffie Osborne and Emma Lavelle. Makes all good ride from Saffie as well. Dominated proceedings here. Back in second was Verlaine, and third was Elter Water, who again has travelled really well. I'm not quite sure she wants this mile 4 trip. Maybe try her over a mile and a quarter in the future. We shall see. But Chili Queen loved it, didn't she? Loved every minute of it and scampered clear, as Alex said in commentary. Loves this kind of distance, clearly. And it was a nicely judged ride, wasn't it, from Saffie Osborne? Got that front seat position and never wanted to give it away. Just seeing where Verlaine was, around about 4th place, so quite well positioned as well, the eventual second. Elter Water 2 back in third was decently placed as well. I don't think this helped any horses who were too far back, given the fact that Saffie just did ratchet up the pace and stacked them up from a way out. But I think we're looking at a well-handicapped filly here. This daughter of Vanna Gold, who was taken a while to come to hand, really. A couple of seconds before that maiden that was weak last time. There's no doubt about that, because the favourite, who was a very short price, was extremely disappointing, which sort of left her in front to win. But this is a career best by some margin, and the handicapper has let her in lightly off a mark of 72. We thought that could be the case. It looked like a nice handicap mark for her, and she has come clear in the closing stages pretty easily, really. Personal Best on the outside had every chance, couldn't quicken in the same manner as the winner. And on the inside, Kinetic couldn't quite get that 3-timer up. She was up in grade today, and she just found this pace, I think, a little bit hot. Verlaine, there's going to be a decent race to be won for her in the near future, I think. And Aiming High has run a belter on that far side, sticky on that rail. But I don't know if it's a race that really suited horses, or a day even, an evening that suits horses on that far side. They've mostly been coming down the middle of the track. So I think that effort can be marked up from aiming high, but the winner is probably going to be quite competitive wherever she goes next, because she's won that really nicely, the 7-2 favourites, and will take some stopping next time.